Hey all, so I'm going to be doing a general Wartune video, just going to test out a few game types and also talk a bit about the game. I've not actually played this game for a long time. As you can see here, the King's Return rewards are available because I've not been online for so long. I can get free VIP from that, which is pretty good. So yeah, I'm just going to claim some of these males. This is how long I have not been online for. You can see all these males here. Awful lot of them. I'll go and claim some of these. I think I may have lost some of them as well, unfortunately. Alright, so anyway, to start with, what I'm going to do is talk a bit about the game, my thoughts on Wartune, and why I stopped playing. So to start with, yeah, I did play this game rather a lot. At my peak, I was probably playing for around 12 to 14 hours per day. So yeah, that was rather time consuming. I did also at one point spend quite a bit of money on the game, I'm happy to admit that. I was sometimes recharging around 4,000 diamonds per week actually. I was mainly spending the diamonds on mounts. However, as you may already know, I decided to give up playing the game. And now I've come back to it to have a look. It's been several weeks since my last login. So why did I quit? Well, basically I got bored of the game. I'd basically done everything that offered any challenge in the game, so I kind of stopped logging in. It was just a grind. I also got a bit disappointed with the game. They cut down on the events. For example, the Christmas events got really bad at one point. They used to be amazing. We had that event where you could get all of those smelting stones. Then we had a few disappointing Christmas events. Then that kind of put me off playing. I cut down to just VIP, then eventually stopped that as well. So some of you might be interested to find out, why did I start playing Wartune in the beginning anyway? Well, this is quite funny. I actually started playing Wartune to earn free credit for another game. Another game called O-Game, which I also cover on my channel. Basically, I had to play Wartune for around 10 minutes in order to earn the free credit. After I had finished playing though, I decided, oh, this game's really good. And then I kept playing from there. Back in that day though, the old Wartune didn't have too much to do, so you could do everything in a few hours. Yeah, the original Wartune game though I really liked, but as they added more and more to the game and kept changing things, I gradually started to like the game less and less. A good example of this is the fishing. Fishing, to begin with, was amazing. Then they added this game box. Cloud Adventures as well, they added to that. They basically took all the good rewards out of those game types. The game box was one of the worst things they did to the game, if I'm being honest. There was lots of other changes as well. For example, God's Descent, that was really fun. Then that randomly disappeared. I think there are a few other features as well, like the Underground Palace. That was really good. Dimensions as well. Not sure how many of you remember when Dimensions were first added to the game, but they kept on and on changing it. To start with, it only took a few minutes to complete, then it took absolutely ages. You spend hours in Dimensions trying to get them done. But yeah, that was part of the reason why I got a bit fed up with the game as well. Also, the dispute between Proficient City, R2 and 7 Road didn't really help things. I lost my GM title after I transferred to the 7 Road platform. I basically didn't really play at all, if I'm being honest. You know, I'd lost all the stuff that I had on the Proficient City platform. I was getting a weekly payment. Also had that nice red title as well. And yeah, that was probably one of the main things that killed the game for me, if I'm being honest. From that point, I basically stopped playing. I started playing Eternal Fury as well. The 3.0 version of Eternal Fury is actually quite similar to Wartune. It's worth checking out anyway if you want an alternative to this game. The 2.5 version though is no longer supported, unfortunately. so I don't recommend playing that unless you just want to see what it's like. And the final thing I will say about this account, it is all my own work. The account was first named MCW UK, the same as my channel. Had quite a few players calling me Wook though. I really didn't like that, so in the end I changed my name to ShadowOfDark. And I basically kept it as that ever since. I started playing on server 147 on Proficient City. I'm currently playing on the 7 Road client. Well, that's about all I can really say about the account, I think. So let's get on with actually playing stuff. Well, it's been several weeks since I last played this game, and I can't really remember what I should be doing. So I think let's just try a few things from the devotion quests. I will play it as it is. Now, a lot of this stuff I don't really need to do anyway, as I've already maxed out a lot of features on this account. In actual fact, I have no idea what to do at all. I don't know. I'm just looking. What's not going to lag? That's the big question. Well, I think stuff like Endless Abyss I can blitz, but as I don't have Spirit Covenant, I'll have to wait that out, so that's not really a good idea. I could collect these trees that are in Cloud City. That's probably a good idea. We also have Rave up. Rave was a really good feature. I can collect a few of the rewards. You can expect my inventory to be full pretty soon. This is one of the things that's always really annoyed me about this game. The lack of inventory space. It's always been a major issue. I might as well use the smelting stones though. You can see I have so much stuff on this account. Just go over to the guild interface over here. You can see there's 131. Yeah, crikey. All the guild dungeon stuff I can claim, I think. I'm lucky I've not actually been booted out of the guild, from being honest, but I'll just have a quick look after I've claimed this. Yeah, to be expected, my mail, or should I say my inventory's full, and it's all gone to mail again. Lots of bound balance though, or Balins. I could go and have a few goes at the mount shop. I've got 20,000 bound. And nearly 30,000 regular Balins or Balins, whatever you want to call them. That was from my time as a GM on the Proficient City platform. I used to get around 2,000 a week. Okay, so I've quickly sorted out my stuff. I have way too much gold, unfortunately. Just going to quickly show you, though, the guild itself. I used to be an assistant guildmaster, but for some reason I was randomly demoted to officer. But if you have a look, you will see most of the players here are very long. It's basically an inactive guild now. Look at that. Very few players that have even been online at all. Let's just sort by offline time. Yeah, that's the chunk of players that have been online up until about there. Then from there it's the occasional players like myself. Yeah, not many players at all though really playing this game anymore, from being honest. There are a few though. Let's go and claim that. I'll go and help on this chest and see if I can get something decent. No, okay, so just a blue one. I'll do that quickly. There we go. Nice. Now, I had someone asking me about resonance, so let's have a quick look at that. I'll look at a few of the other features on my account. Now, what I've done is 2 that increase damage and 1 that decreases damage, or 1 set, should I say. I always believe that percentage increases or decreases are the best, so that's what I've gone for. Crit damage, damage, and damage received. And this is the setup I recommend if you're still playing this game. If you can do something similar to that, then that would be good. I do have a legendary eagle pennant, but I don't think that's that good, except maybe in PvP. But yeah, I do think this is the best setup, especially if you're still playing stuff like World Boss and want that damage. Anyway, that's just my opinion on that. And if we have a look at the account, you can see my battle rating, 121 million. That's pretty strong, actually. Tattoos are all focused on damage. This entire account is basically focused on dealing as much damage as possible. That was, in my opinion, the best thing to do on this game. I will also say that resist reduction makes a big difference to damage, so it's worth focusing on that as well if you can. The main way to upgrade this is through dimensions. I'll talk a bit about that a bit later on. But yeah, that's basically what's on my account. Astral setup, the critical astrals, or should I say the key astrals. Let's have a look. The reduce all damage by 40%, that's one of the key ones. Crit based damage increase, that's another key one. The 30% chance of dodging damage isn't actually 30%, it's more like about 12%. Critical attack, all focused on damage again, you can see. It's a pretty strong account actually, even though it's not really used anymore. But there we go, that's what my astrals look like. That gives you an idea of what the account is sort of like anyway. One thing I've not done yet, since I haven't really played for a long time, is these skills. So I might as well go ahead and do something with these, I think. I'm not really sure. I've finished my talents, as you can see here. So I'm just going to mess about with this. I don't really know what's optimal, but I would have thought these two skills here are essential. And then, well, I've got a big choice. I don't know what to upgrade, actually. Increasing damage dealt by 20% when attacking. 7% chance to increase HP by 1%, or restore, should I say. Yes, could be interesting. Oh, that's a big hit. Yeah, I think I might upgrade that one, as it's a massive hit, even though it's big rage consumption. Ow! Okay. Same column. So row is across, column is down. Well, I guess I might as well just go for this. See what happens. Yeah, there we go. It locks you out of the other skills. So 17 skill points, and there's 4 columns left to sort of go for. Yeah, I'm looking at this and not really sure what to go for. I think reflects 25% damage. That's quite good. 10% chance to increase damage received by the target by 20%. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I think I might go for that one, actually. Then enemy group. No. No. Enemy group. Definitely enemy group there. That should be a no-brainer, really. And then I'm not going to have enough skill points to finish this, but try and do what I can. I think damage is the focus there. Don't feel you have to copy this, as I'm just looking at the skills and taking them as I go. Increases damage by 20%. Yeah, that sounds like the one. But unfortunately now I'm out of skill points, so that's not too bad, I guess. Well, it's okay. I've just did it as I sort of saw it, so to speak. Pretty much all gone for the top row, apart from that skill. So yeah, that's what my skills are now. I have reset them, or redone them, should I say. Well, I'm going to go to the Hall of Heroes now. I'm just going to try something from here. Let's have a look at what we got. I'm going to set a random password as well, just so no one else joins the room. There we go, something like that. Right, so most of the multiplayer dungeons are really easy with this account, so there's no point really doing those. I think one of my favourite game types is actually Dungeon Roulette, but what I'm going to do is Holy Sword Temple, as this might actually help me Oh, no I'm not. I can definitely do that on my own, but you need 2 players to enter, so let's do Dungeon Roulette. It's not difficult. I've done it many times before, but this kind of relies on luck actually, so let's see if I can do it or not. This should be fun. I've not played this for a long time. So to start with, we just roll, and then, well, you're hoping that you get the right numbers basically. The enemies here pretty easy with this sort of account, but let's see if I can complete this. When it loads, there we go. I'll try out my new skills as well. Yeah, it hasn't quite loaded yet, as you can see. Right, I'm just going to roll until I get a select roll. Oh, there we go. So yeah, this is always quite interesting. You kind of want to land on the reset space. Oh, there we go. It's all starting to load now. That's probably the weakest skill out of the ones I learnt since I couldn't upgrade it all the way to 5. It keeps giving me 3s. Now the basic strategy is to make sure you only use the select rolls when you're near the end of the grid. You don't want to finish until you've obtained most of the stuff from the grid. No idea if I will complete this or not though, as it relies so much on luck basically, so we'll see what happens. I'm only giving it one go though. So now I have to use a select roll in order to get a 1 to reset or restart. Luckily you can try this as many times as you want. Right, there we go. Now the reset space, and then roll dice again. But that's the basic strategy. Keep resetting when you get near the end. Well, if you're 1 or 2 spaces away from the end, should I say. It was lagging a bit now. You can see that lag. I'm hoping it won't mess up the commentary as it used to when I tried to do videos with commentary. That's the reason why I never actually did them. Right, so now it's just luck basically. Oh, that's good. Okay, that's the 2 I needed. So there's 3 more spaces to try and land on, basically. Oh. Wait a sec. That's an AoE attack? That was quite strange. Right, we'll try again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So what I want is the 2, ideally. It didn't give me the 2. I have to use the select roll on the 1. Okay, I missed the select roll, so now I'm relying on luck in order to do this, basically. I would normally only claim the chests if I managed to get all of them, but I don't think it's going to happen on this attempt, to be honest. So, let's go. See if I get the 1. Got 1, 1, 1. Ah, no, that's not good. Yeah, so at this point, I would normally just restart, but it appears to have crashed. I've no idea. Something's gone wrong here. It's just stopped. Oh, there we go. There we go. That was either major lag or a major crash. Yes, that's slightly strange actually. It's a tornado attack. You wouldn't expect that from the symbol, but normally that would be considered a failed attempt. I'm going to collect them though anyway, as I'm not going to be playing this again. Anyway, that was a bit of fun on Dungeon Roulette. Now I have to wait for it to load again. It's definitely pretty laggy still. It's not as bad as it used to be, but yeah, you can see from this, it's taking a bit of time to load everything. Just thought I'd have a quick look at the rankings. I'm actually still, believe it or not... Oh, has it crashed again? Hopefully not. Nope, it's just struggling to load. Of course, really struggling to load that. Right, I'm still actually ranked 25 on the rankings, believe it or not. Even though I don't play this game anymore. You can see there, that's my ranking. That's quite surprising actually. I don't think I will stay ranked 25 for that long, to be honest. But It's kind of nice to see that, even though I'm not playing, I actually have a pretty decent account still. But with that said, I don't know how many of these accounts are actually active, so hard to say really. I would assume the ones with VIP are still active and the ones without VIP are probably not, but some of them might be, so difficult to say, but it's quite interesting to look at anyway after not playing the game for so long. So you might be seeing here I have way too much gold. I'm going to have to do something about that quickly. So what I normally do is go to the farm. Oh, is my farm actually alive? Let's have a look at this. I think it's just the animals. No, my farm is not alive. Crikey, look at the state of that. 2 weeks and yeah, the whole lot's dead. That's to be expected. But what I normally do if I have too much gold is just buy animals. Now, I normally buy horses. Don't ask why. And just buy the maximum amount like that. Then I've made more room for gold. The music's also cut off as well. There we go. And now I can go and claim the rest of this stuff. I've always thought this music is rather depressing, actually. If you listen to it. I don't know why they've had such depressing music for this part of the game, but it is what it is, I guess. But there we go, you can see now I can claim the gold. I'll go to the back and so much to claim because I haven't really played. But the final thing I'm going to do in this video is a dimension. Now I used to spend hours in dimensions, literally sometimes like 3 to 6 hours per day. My goal was to try and get 5 basic dimensions up that all had mines in. Yeah, that's not going to happen here as I don't have VIP, but yeah, the basic strategy was to check the mine location, and amazingly I can still remember where the mine location is in this dimension. It's down here if it's going to appear. It hasn't appeared though. And then if there's no mine, just go ahead and finish basically. Dimensions has to be one of the things that's been changed the most in the game. Had that time when we had that dimension war as well. Oh, there we go. So don't you get rewards from the trials? Yeah, crystal shards. But yeah, that's where the mine would be in this dimension if the mine was going to appear. There's no mine though, so I could just be really lazy and purchase a buff. I'm going to do it properly. Purchase a buff and remove all the barriers. But yeah, I used to do this pretty much solidly all day. Just dimension grinding to try and find those mines. There we go, I cleared that floor. Yeah, the music's gone all quiet again. Now this is the hidden portal. Don't normally bother with those in basic dimensions. What I'd normally do now, since there's no mine, I would hit the end tower. Now if I remember correctly, let's claim the chests. Oh, an ancient offering, nice. Yeah, I remember now there's tons of offerings, but you can only use 3 per day, so it doesn't really matter too much. And I believe, there we go, that's where the next area is. Then the end tower, which should be straight ahead from here. I can't believe I can even remember this, to be honest. There we go. What I'll do at this point, if I was playing competitively, is hit escape to send the reward to mail, but there's absolutely no point in me doing that since I'm not playing competitively anymore. So let's see what I get. What do you think I'm going to get? That's the second best reward. The best reward is the wheel crystals. Then at this point exit out, and then I'll delete the dimension, but I'm not going to do that since it's the only dimension I have up. Let's go and have a look at the sacrifices. None of these items are really useful to me anymore anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I claim. But yeah, you can get thousands of offerings, but only claim 3 per day, so you might as well just sell all the lower value offerings, since they have no use pretty much. Okay, let's make a bit of inventory room. Nice. So we're looking okay with this account. I still have no plans to really play this game competitively again, but I had to play it a bit. Well, I didn't have to play it, but it was quite fun playing it a bit, should I say. I can't remember most of the features in the game, if I'm being honest. I'd have to go through the devotion tasks and try and get to 300 by that way. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's unusual for me to do a Wartune video. To make the most of it, I might not do another one for several months at the very least. Hopefully this video will have turned out okay. Sometimes though with commentary it goes a bit crazy. This is why I never used to do commentary. I'm hoping this has worked out okay though using the client, even though there was visible heavy lag in places. If you did enjoy this video, giving it a like and subscribing is always appreciated. Thank you to those that have already subscribed. I've included a few other videos on the screen you may enjoy as well. One of those is for Eternal Fury. It's a similar game. If you want to check that out, feel free to do so. I don't have any modern Wartune videos though, so I can't really recommend those. I have included a Wartune playlist though. And thanks for watching.